Titillating Tuesday. Does it make you laugh? Does it make you laugh?
Welcome to this week's Titillating Tuesday, 10th of November 2020. Let me just charge up my computer. Right, so for this week's Titillating Tuesday, I told you I'll get the intro. I don't have to sing it anymore. Sometimes it takes so much out of a man to sing these things. So anyway, now that I don't have to sing that, I can go straight into it. Tell me if you like it. Leave a comment below. Not many people watch this that I don't really. But yeah. You know what? Snap joke. This joke, I hope is politically correct, but I don't mean it in any way other than to be funny. So basically, snap joke. What type of degree do you get if you spend 20 years in a ring? Permanent head damage. PhD. You get a PhD. You get it? Alright, for this week's Titillating Tuesday, swiftly moving on. What have I got? Oh yeah, should I already known? I've got nothing. I would like to talk about perps that shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah, these are perps that it's a bit like martial arts when you're dealing with perps. You can, obviously you're not gonna know what's watching your mind, but who's watching your mind will know that they're watching you. So it's about trying to get your perp to hurt themselves. Yeah, to hurt themselves. How do you do that? That's when they shoot themselves in the foot. Now you know a perp is a demon, obviously, something that opens your mind up for it to be viewed, and then it views your mind, and then it starts, you know, working around the system to move the goalpost to make sure that you lose out. It's like, oh, he's going to the shop now, close it. Before you even put on your shoes to go there, it's closed. It's somebody who is what in the Bible they'll call the devil or something like that. Someone who is an accuser, someone who obstructs you, things like that. So their motivation, motive, yeah, is straightforward. It's anything that brings success to you is something that they hate. So they hate you more than they love themselves. Now you see, that's where you can begin to fight these perps, because if you want a perp football team to lose, you go and support it, and he will move the goalpost to make them lose. so things like that. So I've been doing quite a lot of that to these perps. So you just find out what your perps are into, and you obviously in your mind you believe different, but as a strategy you just support that side, and they'll make themselves lose just to spite you. This is something I've noticed about these perps. I don't know. Intelligence goes out the window when it comes to hating. Like I said, they hate you more than they love themselves. Now, when you're in that situation there, for me, I also look at it this way. When a perp has powers and is stupid, that's like me having powers. They have the power to see into my mind. I don't have the power to see into theirs. But because they're stupid as fuck, but they have a divergence. Like I said before in one of my previous videos, some of them are intelligent, some of them are really, really stupid. And it's a matter of you testing to see what kind of perp you've got. An intelligent one or an idiot. Yeah, so I could tell you of certain things that I've tested out on these perps that would amaze you. Yeah, because they try to manipulate destiny in terms of time and probability, and they try to manipulate your luck. So I try to control those who are controlling the system, if you get my drift. So basically, if I was to be put in a matrix, yeah, I'm the type of person that when I start meditating, every human being will actually sense something. So if somebody's standing outside the matrix and I'm inside it and I start doing that, yeah, they'll start doing that, and they might cause a glitch in the matrix. So I'm something that's like that. If you're a targeted individual and you don't see into people's minds, and they're seeing to yours, you might be like that. But then, like I said, I'm also modern day prophecies. My prophecies have to be hidden. So basically, because I've heard of people who've made prophecies, and you know, when you make a prediction and you're out by one value, yeah, that's just people perpetrating on you, trying to make sure that your prophecy never comes true. They try to use unnatural powers to shift it by one. These are prophecies that I'm just doing at the top of my head. I haven't really sat there and have an hour with the Lord asking for predictions. I haven't done that. It's just something I'm doing on top of my head, because if it's the Lord's prediction, that one they can never break. Yeah, but if it's man-made, if you're good enough, they can't break it, but you have to kind of dodge and everything. So the prophecy I make for the next 5 years is like, basically, I said this already, the hierarchy of consciousness will be revealed. So the hierarchy of consciousness is like this. It's like a Russian doll's house. Yeah. Where one door is inside of the other, which is inside of the other. So if you're someone who sees into someone's mind, then you're inside that mind. If that person sees into someone else's mind, then you're inside that mind. At the top level, you're at the top and you can't see into anyone's mind, because there's nothing above you. You become the highest consciousness we have on earth. That will be revealed in the next 5 years time. In 5 years time, if they're not careful, but they try not to, because the one they chose to rule earth is not the highest consciousness on earth. So when Christ was alive, there was Caesar, who was seen as God on earth, and then there was Christ. So that situation is coming. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So and also there's gonna be mutations, because these are natural mutations which are not down to the usual conspiracies we made, because we had to stop talking, because most of the conspiracies we're talking about are happening now. So what more can we add? I've got nothing to add. Whatever I wanted to say is happening right now. So these mutations will come from what's happening and what's going to lead on to this, because this crisis lasted beyond August, and I didn't think it would, but I said to myself, if it did last beyond August, then this is something that the Almighty is doing. When the Almighty does things, remember, the Almighty created everything. The Almighty created Satan. The Almighty created the hell that he lives in. So when the Almighty wants to use Satan or wants to use demons, sometimes he lets things happen, because for the Almighty is simple. Basically, when you make a choice, every universe you're gonna see, you decide what universe you're gonna go in, but the Almighty created what you're gonna see next when you make a choice. If you choose to lie to him, the next thought you have after that lie will be an entirely different universe, with all kinds of colorful and elaborate things for you, which will deter you from ever doing that crap again. And so when we chose to eat from the forbidden tree, we got into this universe where now we have the moon circling us. So if we ever got to invent a black hole or something that distorts gravity, that's the first thing that's going to hit us. So he kind of made us a nice little universe where if we do become uppity like that, we'll be taken out with no effort whatsoever. So the Almighty, you don't have to worry about him. And it's like when you chase a sandog down, you disperse that, another three appear. You disperse those, another three. So it's like by the time you finish chasing down 50 sandogs, you look across and there's like 500 in the sky. So the Almighty is like that, so you don't need to worry about that. What was I saying anyway? I forgot, man. But anyways, it was a good conversation I had. So that prediction, the genetic mutation will come from this process, or what do they call it? They don't call it a process, what a crisis. Because like I said, this is esoteric to me, because I got it in 2018. Yeah, 2018. All the components that from a fractal level, they kind of like matched. Yeah, so on a smaller fractal, it was in my house, and on a bigger fractal, it was in the world. So every component that ended up happening, that ended up manifesting in the world, happened at a smaller scale to me. Yeah, and remember, in 2018, I did tell you that somebody did die in the house, and the way he was went out, it seemed to be like that. So I'm not saying it was that, but remember, I'm a conspiracy theorist and I'm delusional, so take it with a pinch of salt. But for me, it just doesn't help. Because all the coincidences, it just looks like it fits on a fractal scale. Yeah, on a smaller fractal, it just looks like it fits. Because I even had the Chinese man living in the house. Can you imagine that? Yeah, because obviously I'm sharing this house. So basically, I don't want to say too much about my condition, but everything just looked like it fit. Yeah, because it's been around for me in my delusional my delusional ways of thinking, it's been around for at least 2 years now. I think it's going to emerge other problems. That's what will lead to the mutations that you're going to get. Yeah, it's not going to be the conspiracy that they're using 5G, they're using this. No, it's just this, what do you call it, crisis is going to lead to us mutating. Flora and fauna is going to mutate. So flora, that's the vegetation, trees and everything, they're going to start having problems, and things are going to happen to them. And so will fauna. Fauna is going to start to behave different. So that's why you see people are going to start to become a bit more mad. And also there's, I don't know why the Almighty brought this, but it's a process that's been ongoing for 2 years. And if it stays around for 5 years, it's definitely going to change us somehow. The last time this shit came, it only lasted 2 years, innit, globally, which was Spanish flu 1911 or 18. I can't remember what the fuck it was. Yes. So, yeah. So anyway, that's Titillating Tuesday. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Titillating Tuesday. Does it make you laugh? Does it make you